where's the baby crying from? And then I was like, I could hear it. I was like, where? Come on. I could hear it. I was like, where?
Hello, hello, hello. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 again. Hello. I think we're good. I think we're great. If I want to mute myself, let me try something. I will turn this one down if I want to be muted. Okay, you can't hear me. Cool. I think I figured it out. Hello, everybody. This is the first time ever I'm doing this. Can you get Jade and Jenny to fill up the water tub since I don't want score table or stats doing it? Thank you, Benjamin. Are you sure? I want to do it. I want to give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's play by play, so it's fine. Hello, hello. If I'm on air, I'm sorry, I don't actually know if I'm on air. I'm going to get myself sorted. Camberwell with Sunbury. I am on air. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ball and High. Today's clash between Camberwell Dragons and Sunbury Jets. I know I probably said that multiple times. Peter, if you're listening, this is Aiden. Hello to Peter in America if you're on. But welcome, everyone. Yeah, it's on. You're on, you gotta get ready. It's on, trust me. It's delayed. Yeah, like that. You won't see it straight away. It will move. Ready to go?
Maybe once or never again.
Hey. I put it on mute for now. Can you run over and ask for a team sheet? Yeah.
Sorry, make you use.
Hey?
Sorry, make you use.
What happened? Nobody stood up to do it.
Yeah, Wi-Fi in here has been shocking. Like worse than usual.
It makes it hard if we can't follow scores.
I'll see if the iPad works. Wi-Fi's not working.
That one working, right?
We'll use this during the game. If it loads up. Alright, let's do this.
This is what we need, mate. This is what we need.
Unlike a laptop, I can't minimize it. That's fine.
That speaker's better today too.
Yeah. Hello, Keck.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was a good night out there. Yeah, good night.
Thank you, kind sir.
Good man, good man.
Hello.
That's all right. Look at him. Look at him.
All right, you ready?
Where's the mute, mate? That one's mine?
I know it's loud. All right, ready? Yep.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Baldwin High School in the beautiful inner suburbs of Melbourne, Victoria. Round 8 action in the Big V. We've got the Camberwell Dragons up against the Sunbury Jets. And my name's Andrew Johnson. It's my pleasure to be with you this afternoon, and with me in commentary, Aidan Young. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, all.
Looking forward to this one very much so. Sunbury 4th, 4-3. Camberwell 6th, 4-4. And the Dragons over the past 5 games have won 3 of those and look very, very different to the crew that started the season going back about 8 weeks. Now, given the changes in the off-season with the personnel, it was always going to be a situation for the Camberwell team and coaching staff that they would be playing their best basketball around the middle of the season, and we'd start to get a far better idea of what they're capable of through the back stretch.
Well, they've got a handy addition in Jackson McCoy, former senior NBL champion, who's also coached at Climate Cairns. So, you know, another guy to the mix. Unfortunately, Josh West has injured himself. I don't know what he's done, but he won't be sitting up tonight, or this afternoon, sorry, rather. But, yeah, the handy addition of Jackson McCoy will be interesting to see. It's his first game. I don't have high expectations given it's the first game, but I expect a, you know, good clash between these two higher up teams.
Well, it's one of those afternoons where they are playing for high stakes. We talk about the record at the top of the call. Sunbury 4-3 in 4th place. Camberwell 6, 4-4, so they could move over Sunbury this afternoon. It's the first time they've met this season. And of course, the pace setter in this league at the moment remains Hume City, a perfect 9-0. Now, they are clearly the team to beat, but that said, Camberwell have played them twice this year and have given them everything they could handle for a good 38, 39 minutes. Both games have been 6-point margins. Of course, the Dragons took highly rated McKinnon to 6 points a couple of weeks ago also, so we're starting to see some real signs of life with this team, particularly the leadership and I guess the balance now that Jackson Mechanic has brought to the team. Early in the year, it was a little more expensive to get the baskets that he needed, but the efficiency rate has been well up in the last couple of weeks, and it's a far more balanced offensive lineup.
It's finally fitted in, you would say. Like, it's finally not fitted in, but it's always fitted in. More found his feet in a different country. Big shout out to Peter. I think Peter's always watching. So Peter, if you're listening, big shout out to you. But yeah, and then in addition to like Daniel Powell, the Kiwi, like coming across the border, I feel like he's added a lot to the team. He might not score a lot, but it's all those effort-based plays you don't see on the stat sheet. The deflections, the hustle, loose balls. He's just a weapon on defense, and he can add scoring if he needs to.
Yeah, Daniel Powell has been very, very good over the past couple of weeks, and also the return to form last week of Luke Leesgang, who led the way in a big win over Wyndham out at Eagle Stadium. 97-65, and the offense was really humming in that one. 21 points for Leesgang. Grabbed a couple of boards as well, so between him and Mechanic, it was a real 1-2 scoring punch. But what I'm looking forward to here this afternoon is just to see what Brennan Burns can bring to the table. I sense that he's ready to explode. We've seen real glimpses already of what he's capable of. He can score, he passes the ball very, very well. So let's see what he has this afternoon for us. You look at the starting lineups now. We've got Leesgang, number 9 for Camberwell. Number 17 is Riley Simmons. Brennan Burns is out there. Number 31, Jackson Mechanic at 24. And number 23, Ayul, also been very, very strong through the first half of the season.
Well, you look at Sunbury, they've got Sanders, a seasoned vet, who's probably their best player, I would say. You know, they've got Reece Lewis, who's been around for a while as well. they've just got all these veterans. They're a well-drilled team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get off to a good start, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting one.
Let's see what happens. Ish Sanders, third in the league in scoring, 23 points per game.
Trying to go for that MVP again.
Proven scorer, number 24. Sanders lets fly early, comes up empty on that one, but tough on the boards that time is Sunbury. Can't get that to fall. That was BB Chucks, Marty, and we've got Brennan Burns takes control for the Dragons.
What a name, BB Chucks.
It's a great name. BB looking to be king here this afternoon. Jackson Mashanick goes to work inside and gives Camberwell the early lead. 2-0. We've gone just over 30 seconds, first period.
BB Chucks again.
BB Chucks let us go. Simmons and Ayul battle it out for the defensive board. It's Mashanick and the Dragons looking to score in transition.
Oh, there you go again. Mashanick's just too strong. Just saw the mismatch and went at him and didn't finish, but got to the ring and got 2 shots.
Good aggressive take early, so Mashanick has come in a very positive frame of mind. Knocked out a couple of free throws here, and you've got 4 within the first minute, so you're starting to feel pretty good about yourself very early in the afternoon. But that was a really aggressive take, and the foul was called on number 17. BB Chucks Matty, that's his first personal foul, as Mashanick knocks down the first of 2.
Just spin him off the dribble, I think. Like he caught him and just, went up and nearly scored in there one.
Well, what was impressive about that, he didn't hesitate. He saw the gap open and said, I'm going to take that one. And Burns looks to get the Dragons moving offensively again.
There you go, Riley Simmons.
It's a nice cut by Simmons. And again, Riley Simmons, foul was that on Jackson Mashanick, I believe, off the ball.
Interesting call. I thought Riley might have got the push first, but we'll see how we go. Are you or yours an underrated defender? I feel like the last few weeks, Sean Keane, the coach, has put him on the best offensive player, and he's held his own.
Yeah, look, he's got some good size about him, good length. So Sanders gives up a number of centimetres in that particular matchup. As Sunbury goes outside, 3 ball bounces off the top of the backboard.
They waited a long time to call that. I remember a few weeks ago, it hit the top of the backboard, and they called it a free, and I was flabbergasted, but
that was Milan Savic.
Yep.
Comes up empty on that one. Here's Leesgang. Ayul. Mashanick looking aggressively again. Leesgang puts the ball on the deck, kicks it out to Burns. Looking to find the Cruisers, can't find any space that time, and Sanders retrieves the loose ball for Sunbury.
Great hands, great active hands from Brennan there. Brennan Burns, just, those little things count, as we both know as coaches. So every base plays.
He had some issues at the offensive end a moment ago, but more than made up for it there with that defensive effort. Yep. Here's Sanders working hard off the ball. Ayul locked in on that defensive assignment. Sneaky little play, nice little jumper. Looked like a 2 to me. That was Nathan Marshall, the captain.
He's also been, like I say, seasoned vet around the Sunbury team.
He's been around a long, long time.
Yes, for sure. I think it was a holding foul, I believe.
Not sure on that one. That is the second team foul, though, for Sunbury. Ayul will get things started again for the Dragons. Mashanick very active off the ball as well, too, and that was a nice find by Simmons that time.
Mashanick again, just active on those offensive rebounds. Probably about maybe 3 already, I would believe.
That would be about 3 offensive boards, I'd say. They are hammering the glass early.
They just got floor space. They're a bit crammed in the key with like he's in the bottom at the moment. A big hello to Ross Whitnell, who's the CEO, who's just walked in.
There you go. Mashanick steps up to shoot. The free throw comes up empty. 3-2. Dragons lead it. Mashanick with all 3 points for Camberwell.
Spoke to him pre-game. He seemed a bit under the weather. It seems that the Melbourne colds hit him now. But
the winter started to, well, it's not quite winter yet, but it's been a mild week or so in Melbourne.
Yep.
Marshall again. Sanders gets open on that time.
He'll mag them eventually. Like, you still got to contest those shots. I feel like Sanders could go from 1 from 10 in the first quarter and then go.
Yeah, you give him an open look and he's a bucket.
Yeah.
Simmons goes to work inside. Very, very efficient down there in the low post, Riley Simmons. It was a nice feed and he had the footwork just where he needed to lock that defender up.
Good active hands from Ayul just in. Got the deflection and then Sanders turned it over.
Yes, he's logging some serious work defensively at the moment. Is Ayul?
A cheeky defensive play of Dion, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. It's going
early.
to be approaching the halfway mark of the season, but he's shown signs of being a quality addition for Camberwell so far. Here's Mechanic. Probes, looks to see what he can find, finds Ayul, puts the ball on the floor, finds his way to the rim. Nice recovery in the end. It looked like he was in all sorts of trouble. He was going to turn that one over, but Camberwell feeling pretty good about themselves right now with an 8-2 break.
Well, that's the definition of just landing on 2 feet. Like, we teach it all the time, AJ, you and I. We just, land on 2 feet and then make a move out of it. And that's the perfect example of it.
He did a great job with it. Sunbury going to work.
There you go again. Brennan Burns, active hands. Didn't get to the steal, but kept those active hands moving. And
been a couple of very good deflections by Burns just to get that the offense reset again. Just take Sunbury out of its rhythm.
Would you like to see deflection as a stat, or is it just,
Oh, look, it would be it'd be a great stat to have, a tough one to work out exactly what a deflection is at times. That's half the battle with it. But then again, there's another hustle play by Burns.
Yep. Sanders was an easy layup, I would say, but like I said, look, I don't want to put a commentator's curse on him, but I feel like you still got to guard him close. There's a reason why Ayul's on him.
Yeah, he's been doing it a long, long time in this competition.
Well, especially for Sunbury. I think he's been there for the last 3 years, I want to say.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Maybe more, but at least 3,
Mechanic attacks off the dribble, finds his way to the hoop. Can't get the finish, but will go to the free throw line again for the 3rd time in this game.
Yep. He's just drawing those free throws. And back to Riley Simmons. Like, Riley's got that gentle touch at the ring that we want from all bigs. So just, got some subs here.
Ben Crow checking in with Jackson McCoy for Camberwell. Ayul and Lee Skang take a break. McCoy's in for his first minutes with the Dragons.
They've gone small. Jackson McCoy is a point guard, shooting guard. Ben Crow's a shooting guard as well.
He's a classic combo.
And then you got big Mechanic playing the 4, I would say, in this lineup. Also, Sunbury has brought on Lachlan Gook, apologies, Lachlan. But yeah.
There's Mechanic.
He's hit both.
Knocks it down. 2 of 2 that time. He's up to 6 points, leads all scorers.
Sunbury also in early foul trouble, 4 team fouls. The next one, they're all win a bonus, so.
Yeah, they clock those ones up early. Credit that to a lot of the work on the offensive glass by Camberwell.
Well, more Mechanic, but yes.
It's a nice take that time by Milan Savic. Found the space inside, gets the 4th point on the board for Sunbury. Burns composed. Riley Simmons goes to work again, loses the handle that time.
Good touch from Gook again, just active and moving.
Here's Sanders. Again, Savic. Milan Savic starting to heat up. Inside, outside. 10-7 Camberwell, 5:09 to travel, first quarter.
I was going to say, just like that, we're back to 3 points.
Here's Mechanic. Finds space again, going to work, and we'll go to the free throw line one more time. Jackson Mechanic going to work early here for Camberwell. He's up to 6 points, so that would be his 8th point now, and will go to the line to shoot 1 bonus. He's accumulating points early.
But I just can't stop him in the paint. And the thing is, Jackson's also a good outside shooter too, so you can't, let him shoot.
No, look, he's one of those players who, it took a couple of weeks to get himself sorted and into the system here, but he started to look very, very good, very productive. He's 7th in the league in scoring, just under 21 points a game, and importantly, 3rd in rebounding with 11 boards a game. So he is getting it done.
With Brennan Burns, a good deflection. I think that was him. Could be wrong. But active hands from the Camberwell Dragons team, and they're just moving around and getting these deflections.
Moving some bodies around too on the Dragons bench as Riley Simmons takes a break, and in comes Mam Ayul.
I'm waiting for a breakout game from Mam, just, getting those putbacks and beating him.
Here's Mechanic. They are really struggling to keep up with him on the dribble at the moment.
11 points early.
Up to 11, he is going. 4:30 to play in the first quarter.
This could be their flu game, I reckon. He looks a bit under the weather, but he's playing like there's no tomorrow.
Well, he's just playing with real confidence. Here's Savic again. I like what he's brought to the table too early here for Sunbury, and that would be his 7th point. Here's Crow, finds Ayul. Plenty of space there for Mechanic to operate into. Kicks it out that time to Burns, who kept the spacing. Nice pull-up jumper and gets the friendly roll. 17-9 Camberwell. 4:04 left in this one, and it will be a timeout to Sunbury.
Yeah, the coach is not happy about that. Coach Nathan Haywood, I don't think there was too many easy drives from Jackson. But yeah. Sorry guys, I'm completely blank. Sorry about that.
You're all good. 17-9, 4:04 to travel, first quarter. Lively opening by the Dragons, and what I like about this so far, they've been able to share the ball around. They've looked for Simmons a couple of times down in the low post. He got an easy bucket down there on the first one, lost the handle on the second one, but at least they're looking to change things up.
Well, they're not forcing a free. They haven't attempted to free it. It's all been 2-pointers.
That's right. They have...
Brennan and I thought Trenton open free, but he got them.
What I like about it most, it really is fundamental basketball. It's about putting the ball on the deck, and Mechanic is feeling confident that he can take it to the rim at any time. Now, even on the last one where they closed the gap and bought that double, he was able to find Burns in the corner because Burns had kept that spacing. He had no hesitation in holding his spot rather than crowding what was happening around the basket.
Well, as I said earlier, it's now 5 team fouls for Sunbury. So every foul, except if it's an offensive foul, would be 2 shots. So it's 4 minutes to go. I feel like this league could get ugly early. But it is a game of also, it's a game of runs. So they could get ugly, but, it'd be an easy comeback maybe.
Well, you look at the lineup Camberwell has on the floor right now. You have Burns, who can put the ball on the deck and McCoy, and you've got Jackson as well. So there's 3 of them who can all put the ball on the floor and really put some pressure on the defense.
And then you have your 2 elite, well, not 2 elite shooters, but elite shooters in Crow and Ayul, who can just space the floor and they drive your kick.
Yeah, it's a nice combination. He's got a couple of different looks he can go to at the moment, which makes them tough to deal with. That's a nice take. Probably unlucky not to get the foul called. Here's Sanders. And quick hands by Jackson. McCoy sends that cannoning over the baseline. And the ball will go back to Sunbury. And they've called the substitution. Nathan Marshall checks out.
Who's come on? Have I missed it? It's Martinez, I think. But the good thing about the Dragons lineup is that they can all defend from 1 to 5, basically. They can all... Martinez for free. Bang. Right on cue.
Here's McCoy.
I think McCoy's just trying to find the sets. He's still...
Well, the tempo's been pretty quick at the moment too, so he's probably just working his way back into competitive ball here.
Yeah, well, the fun fact about McCoy is he played for South Sudan in the Olympics in 2024 in Paris.
He sure did.
He's been around. Might have not got the minutes, but it's still experience in high level.
Crow, a nice little pull-up jumper, short little pull-up jumper.
So the Crow normally shoots for the free. I'm surprised he didn't, he wasn't along that 3-point line ready to catch a shoot, but...
He does enjoy life out there, doesn't he? He
enjoys
life on that 3-point line. And Savage again. Can't get that one to fall. Burns.
Oh, he's quick, Burns. There you go.
Accelerator and the 3-point ball. What about the change of pace from Brennan Burns that time, and then pulls up with the 3 ball and gives Camberwell a 10-point advantage, 22-12, 2:20 to play.
I spoke too soon about their 3-point attempts.
It was always going to happen. Here comes Savage again. I like what he's doing for Sunbury early in this one. Looking to go to work on McCoy. That's a tough basket to make, and he makes it all right, gets the roll.
See, I would like to see him defend Mechanic. I feel like that's the matchup that Sunbury need.
Nice little fadeaway there. McCoy has the ball taken away. Here comes Mamayul.
There you go.
Crow for three.
I think a mouth guard or something with the shoe came flying towards us.
Here's Sanders. Looking to go to work. Can't get the foul is called on number 25. That's Mam Ayul.
Yeah, the thing for me was if I see a defender's hands in, I'm going to jack it. Like I tell the kids when we coach, like if their hands are down, just catch them. They've got no hope of getting a charge foul caught on them if they've got their hands down. And Mam Ayul was just put out there. Sanders saw him put his hand in and just attacked him.
Sanders makes the first.
His first points tonight.
First points, is it?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, it'll be his first points. Yeah.
Averages 23 points per game, third in the Big V Championship division. Makes the second. McCoy under some pressure in the backcourt. Marshall making him work for that. Looks to finish with the left hand.
I was going to say, Jackson McCoy is pretty quick. He's the fast, jet.
Oh, he can go. He can definitely go. Here's Sanders. There's the kick. That's a nice take too. Nice aggressive take.
And they all started with Sanders.
Reese Lewis. Nice take.
The two veterans.
McCoy. Just this last minute or so, Sunbury starting to ramp up the defensive heat in the half court.
And we're just being a bit relaxed, I would say. Not relaxed, more timid. And I think one more stop on there and we might have a timeout from Camberwell soon.
Yeah, they've just put a bit more pressure on every pass they make at the moment. Probably a couple of ambitious efforts.
And they're still trying to find their feet as a team with the new addition of McCoy. But a guy like Josh West on the bench will help McCoy out and just be a good veteran leader.
Yes. That's it. Tell you what, he's a tough one to deal with inside, isn't he, Mahamayul? When those hands go up, the blocks start to come regularly.
Not quite like Wemby, but
he makes you think, though. If you step into the lane and you're met by that, you're thinking twice about going up.
Well, I have seen lines when they've won him and Lee's gang, and they're both just twin towers that can, their hands are up. You'll probably not want to shoot inside.
Here's McCoy, still looking for his first points with the Dragons.
They've gone away from that game with Mechanic going inside the key. Look, I know it's not what one person show, but it was working.
Here's Marshall. .2 seconds. Just Crow lets fly with it.
Did they put a foul? No.
No foul called on that one. 22-18 after what has been an entertaining and lively start out here at Baldwin High School this afternoon. Let's just go through the leading scorers at the moment on this one. For Camberwell, we have Jackson Mechanic leads all scorers with 11 points. He is 5 of 7 from the free throw line already in this one. And I would suggest he's got a couple of boards there as well.
I've listed him as 2, but I reckon he's 1 and 2.
He's got 2 boards on the go. And we have 5 points for Brennan Burns. Yep. While for Sunbury, Milan Savic leads the Jets with 9 points and has been very effective early. 4 of 7 from the field. Like what he's brought to this game so far. Reese Lewis has 5, came off the bench and gave them quite a nice little spark. And then, of course, we have Ish Sanders, just with the 2 points in this one so far, yet to really stamp his influence on the game.
He's looked good. Like, he's had good looks. He just hasn't made them in, but yeah.
He's someone who knows the competition so well, and he's been doing it for so long, so that when the opportunity comes, he knows when to go, when to pull it up, when patience is required.
Exactly. He's the ultimate team glue guy against this team.
He knows, and that's a basketball player. Yes. A basketball player who really does understand the game. Now, when you have a player like that, it is a great asset on any team because you know that when it's time to take over offensively, he can do that. Otherwise, let's get guys some touches, and you'll become more effective as a result.
And he knows how to wrestle quarter fouls. He knows how to not work them, would say, but knows what calls he'll get if he needs, drive in or. But yeah, it's been a great game so far.
It has. It's look, befitting of the standing of these two teams. It's for a game so still early in the season, but it is a game that matters because if Camberwell can get it, move back into that top 4 or 5, that's a nice little position for them to mount that run through the second half of the year.
A few subs. Lee's Gang's back in. Are you or yours back in? And Machanik stayed on for the next 10 minutes.
Yes, Machanik will keep the minutes rolling at the moment. He leads all scorers, 11 points. It has been very, very good early in this game.
Do you think they go back to that action of him going downhill or change it up a bit?
I think they'll be looking to get him rolling again. Once he's been rolling as well as he has, he's looking to post up inside now, use his size and strength down there. Can't get it to fall, and it will be an inbounds going to Sunbury.
Yep.
Mam Ayul and Ayul both in. Lease Gang in there as well. 3 bigs in the game right now for Camberwell.
I'll tell you, yours like a free. He can play anywhere. He's just got, the size guide from 1 to 5.
Sure could. Marshall goes inside. Can't get that to fall. Machanik all over the defensive glass. Here's Powell. Looking to make some things happen. Ayul looks to go inside to Mamayul. Not this time. Sanders out in transition. Goes to the rim. Lease Gang probably looked at it and thought about it and then said forget about it. We'll give him those two.
Business decision.
That's it.
Well, I think Lee's Gang realised he was out of place, and if he jumped or put his hands up, he probably would have been caught for a foul. So
here's Lease Gang. Ayul. Powell attacks, pull-up jumper from the free throw line.
It's been a bit sticky so far to offense. It's not getting through hands as much as they would like, or as Sean King would like.
Certainly not as smooth as what it was early in this game. Sunbury making its run now. Here's Sanders. Nice kick to the corner. Finds Reese Lewis. Little pull-up jumper inside. We're up to 22. They've tied it at 22. So an excellent work by Sunbury to work their way back into this contest.
How long until you call timeout?
I'd be holding at the moment. Just hold on just a little longer. Let's see what they can get happening here offensively. Machanik force that one, and it will be a baseline, so Dragons ball.
I think that actually came off Lee's Gang, if I'm perfectly honest, but it's a Camberwell ball.
Machanik takes a break. Mamayul takes a break. Riley Simmons back in the game, and Brennan Boone's back in the game.
Oh, no.
Ayul. Burns finds Powell, open, right wing. Can't get it to go. Simmons keeps it alive on the glass, and it's Brennan Burns now. Looks to attack, finds Ayul, left wing, lets it roll. Good decision by Burns and a great shot in the end by Ayul. 25-22, Dragons. Here's Savage again. He constantly has the defense on the back foot, looking to go inside, but he can also pull it up on the 3-ball at any time too.
As you said before, he's just a basketball player. He's makes the right reads.
And that was a return to sender too that time. Here's Savage, and probably, yes, they've called the foul on Lease Gang.
Are they calling it 2 shots though? That's the real question. I think he was passing, but I don't think it was 2. Let's find out.
I'd say let's go to the video replay, but there'll be none of that here for us this afternoon.
I mean, we can replay it, but I don't think...
Here comes Savage. Steps up to the line. He's got 11. Looking for 12 and 13 now. The opportunity to put Sunbury in front for the first time since, what, the early seconds.
You just put a curse on him in there, AJ. You just put the Muzz. Him and Machanik are both on 11. It's a battle between them two at the moment.
we go. Looking for number 12 now. Chance to tie it for Sunbury. There you
There
go.
you go.
25 each. 7:19 to play. First quarter. Here's Burns.
No, I really like Simmons, like on his team, just the ultimate glue guy, can play big, inside, outside. Looks like an AFL player, but
Powell. That's a tough finish by Powell.
what's what I mean? He just does a little things like that. They look hard, but he makes them look real easy.
It was a nice feed. It was a good cut, and they got the result they wanted. Here's Marshall.
There might be some banana peels on the floor. We might need to give that a little clean, but
Powell retrieves the ball for Camberwell. Finds Lease Gang. Kicks high to Burns. Burns lets it fly.
I want to see him let that thing fly. They're giving him space. Just imagine pay Burns. Like,
It's like a little bit of chat between Brennan Burns and Reece Lewis there too off the back of that.
are you surprised though? Brennan, like I love Brennan, but I think Brennan's prone for a little chat.
There's Savage again, unlucky to get that. The travel was called.
I believe that Burns free was his second free. Yes, he was. I think the stats haven't loaded, but I'm pretty sure that was his second free for the game.
Yes, he's up to 8 points in this one.
2 from 2.
Couple of rebounds, couple of assists.
Chasing that triple double, I hear. He might want to.
You've called early on the triple double.
No, not the watch. Just saying that he might be going for it.
There's Simmons, well played. It comes back to Ayul getting back on defense. Here's Savage, leading transition. Nice hit too. A good find.
Well, it was a 2-on-1. It was just better offense than defense.
BB chucks Muddy. Nails that. Here's Burns, goes to work again, starting to heat up offensively.
This is what you want to see, AJ. You want to see a breakout game from good old Brennan Burns.
Well, he's up to 10 now.
Well, he's just made the right looks. He hasn't shot when he doesn't need to, and then I was going to say that was a late call there, AJ. I was a bit worried that they weren't going to call anything.
No, there was certainly contact there, but you're right. It was a late one, and that's Marshall. Will go to the line to shoot a couple. 34-27, Dragons lead it.
I don't want to curse him, but like he should be. He's a known free throw shooter.
There's Marshall.
Oh no! I put the curse on him.
There you go. Comes up empty on the first. Dragons have done a good job. Last couple of minutes, Sunbury was really making its run. It had tied it at 25, and the Dragons responded with the 9-2 run.
Well, yeah, that's what I asked you. When should they call timeout? And then they didn't need it. They were running.
Here's Lease Gang. It's an effective combination on the floor at the moment. Lease Gang comes up short with that.
Now, AJ, as a coach, have you ever seen a big man make dribble moves like that?
The big man, say again, is Sanders for 3 on that one.
I make those combo dribble moves. I've never seen a big man go for the legs or...
Yeah, no, that's very true. Very true. Here's Burns. Ayul. Burns looking to find his way into the paint. That's a nice cut by Lease Gang and a great feed too. What an outstanding piece of work off the ball by Lease Gang. Identified the gap, and Powell was good enough to thread that needle. Here's Savage looking to attack the rim again. Powell attacking, just making sure the defense has to play this. Burns steps over the sideline.
Now, I've noticed between both these two games that the youth boys before, that they're calling that illegal screen. So the boys need to hold their feet, or the men's, I should say, not really boys, shouldn't hold their feet and roll or cut to the basket because they're really holding it this week.
Lease Gang checks out of the game, as does Daniel Powell. Mashanik is back in, as is
McCoy.
McCoy's come in also for Camberwell. Sanders, 3-ball. Didn't need much of a look on that from the left wing.
I think they need to put Manuel back on it. Sorry, Matt. Yule on him. He was doing a good job in the first quarter. He's heading it up now. He's had, I want to say 10 points now. I could be wrong. Stats haven't loaded, but
they've pulled it back to 2 points. Ayul off target with that one for the 3.
I would say Sean King's looking for a timeout if they score here because There's been a few lapses on defense, and the ball's been sticky on offense. It's not moving.
Always a good sign when Coach King takes the chair off the top row of the decking there too, and Sanders goes whack. 3 ball, and he's taken it now. 37-36, Sunbury lead this one after responding to going down 7. So this last 90 seconds has been very, very effective for the Jets.
There you go. Sanders has now hit 3 from 5 from the free. I told you, watch out for that man. When he gets cooking, he's a microwave. He's hit, I think, back threes just in. He's cooking.
You look at Sanders, he's up to 13, leads all scorers in this one now with 13 points. Savage has 12 for the Jets, while for Camberwell, Jackson Mechanic leads the way with 11 points, 10 to Brennan Burns, and Burns with a couple of assists, a couple of rebounds as well in this one.
But not triple double watch. I promise you guys, I'm not saying that. But yeah,
look, this is all about making predictions, and your chance now is to say, will there be a triple-double in sight for Brennan Burns in this one?
I mean, he's got to get those rebounds. I don't think he'll get the rebounds over Luke Skang and Simmons and Ayul, but he might get that double-double. I'll give him that. I'd be more optimistic on that.
Let's see what adjustments have been made here by the Dragons. It's McCoy, Mechanic, Riley Simmons, Ayul, and it is the starting 5 with Brennan Burns there as well.
Excluding McCoy. McCoy has only changed from the starting 5, but yeah. And then Sanders is still on the microwave.
Yes, he is.
I'm glad. I was going to say, sometimes when your hot coaches take you out for some unknown reason, and
Simmons, McCoy, Mechanic. Mechanic finds his way into the low block, and the foul is called on number 2, Reese Lewis.
Now, I know I was complaining the ball was stuck, but they weren't looking to score just then. They were just passing the ball like hot potatoes.
There was a lot of east-west action happening there for a while.
Exactly.
Mechanic pulls up for 3, looking to get something going again offensively. Gone cold after that good hot start early.
I think he just needs to go downhill again. He just needs to find what was working early, and I don't think they've changed their defense schemes too much. I think we're just a bit short. Sanders for 3 again. Bang. Told you, once he gets going, it's hard to stop.
Left wide open. Top of the key that time. That's 3 threes in the second quarter for Ish Sanders.
I think he's hit the last 9 points, if I'm perfectly honest.
And Brennan Burns responds with a nice little pull-up jumper of his own. 38-40. Sunbury leads it.
Ayul is back on him.
The length of Ayul. Simmons, the cover. Oh, he is going right now. Ish Sanders going to work for Sunbury. 43-38. Jets lead it. Dragons going to side Mechanic. Simmons can't reel that one in. Here's Lewis. Leads transition for Sunbury. Can't make it go.
I was going to say there was a few interesting let go of whistles just then, but
foul was called.
It was late, but it was called.
I must admit, I didn't even see the signal on what the foul was.
So I think it was a push off the screen. So the screen was set, and then he got pushed off the screen. It was one of those ones that they should be calling straight away, but I don't know why.
Here's Burns. The Jets in the 2-3 zone.
I was going to say he's got his free freeze, but he's missed his first shot. But that's all right.
Somebody, Sanders again. Oh, that thing looks like the Pacific Ocean right now. Every time he picks up the ball and ranges just inside the halfway line.
That's up to 22 points. He's 6 from 8.
Here's McCoy looking to answer for Camberwell. Ayul, and the foul is called on Marshall for Sunbury. Nathan Marshall picks up the foul. Ayul will go to the free throw line. But what about
Have
the
they
show?
called another timeout? No.
No timeout called. Coach Sean King has got the 4 players not shooting the free throw in a very tight huddle, and he's got plenty to say right now. Now, Sean King has coached in this league for a long time, so he would know as well as anybody the damage that can be inflicted by Ish Sanders.
Exactly. I feel like I did call it before the game. I was telling you that, you know, I think there's not a violation, just swing out. Rebounds, I guess.
Ish Sanders, 22 points, 4 steals so far in this one for the Jets, putting on a show.
Now, if you're Sean King, are you waiting for halftime to already happen, or are you hoping that it's going to play it out?
It will be, he's got some decisions to make at the moment, and basket there for number 12 from Sunbury.
Jeremy
Bragg, first points in this game, 48-40. Jets lead it, 1:03 to play. Ayul exploring, looking to make things happen. Ball movement has really slowed now for Camberwell. McCoy, here's Burns, pulls up for 3. Brennan Burns.
That free ball's been pretty good.
Burns up to 15 points, leads the Dragons.
Are they too small at the moment, you believe, or are they got the dynamic?
I think they're okay at the moment, size-wise. This is where the issue is, and Sanders has proved to be as equally effective working from the top, just over the halfway line, as he has been working from the wings.
Yep.
I'd like to see what his shooting chart is right now, but it seems that every time he picks it up right now, he's looking to score.
Well, isn't that everyone's mindset, though, to score?
Well, the best in this competition do it a whole lot different. Look at that. That time comes up short. Hand from the Shannick was in the face on that one. Here's Powell. I like the minutes Powell gave the Dragons when he came in, so I'd expect to see him log a few more minutes in this. Powell, corner 3. Can't make it go. Mechanic, glass.
That's a foul.
That says a foul.
So Ish Sanders is, if I can do my maths right, 36? No, 34.
34?
34. Probably not 36. Probably to the Sanders family. That is an insult if he was 2 years older than I said, but 5-point game. It just feels like a lot more when Sanders was hitting those threes.
Yeah, look, it's still extremely tight. There'll be some adjustments made on how to deal with that at half-time. But it really has been a lot of fun to watch as he's taken over this thing.
Yeah.
It's one of the great things about the game when a scorer really gets off the leash the way he did. I think, if I remember correctly, he had 2 points at quarter time, or just before quarter time.
Now he's got 22.
Which means he's put on 20 here in the second quarter. Now, that is good going by anyone's standards. So he's been a lot of fun to watch.
And don't forget, he's played all 20 minutes, 19 and 58 seconds.
Excellent maths work by you two on that one as we head towards the halftime break. And it's been, look, everything we expected and hoped it was going to be when we walked in here this afternoon. 2 high-stakes games being played here at Baldwin High School this afternoon. Started with Youth League men, Camberwell going up against Sunbury. 1v2, top of the table clash, and Sunbury made some big plays down the stretch to put that one away. And now we've got this one, 4v6. 4-3 Sunbury, 4-4 Dragons. Inbound from Ayul. Burns sprints to the 3-point line, can't get that away. Looks to go again, and nothing happens that time for Camberwell. We go to the break. Sunbury Jets, 48, lead the Camberwell Dragons, 43. For Sunbury, Ishmael Sanders leads all scorers with 22 points. Milan Savage has 12. While for Camberwell, it's Brennan Burns leads the way with 15 points. Jackson Mechanic has 11, and Ayul 9 points. This game, it's sitting right in the balance. We've got an entertaining third quarter coming up. Let's take a break for now, Aidan, and we'll be back shortly for the second half from Baldwin High.
back. Yeah, I think the volume's up.
Welcome back to Baldwin High School, where we've got a good one on the go here. 48-43, Sunbury Jets lead the Camberwell Dragons at half-time of their Round 8 Big V Championship men's clash. We talked about it at the top of the call. Big game, high stakes with this one. 4-4 Camberwell in 6th place. They've been playing, hovering around 500 most of the last month, while you've got the Jets at 4-3, sitting comfortably in 4th place. And you can see why. They've got some good big-time basketball players at this level who have done a very, very good job in the first half. Of course, none better than Ish Sanders, the veteran guard, who put on a show. 20 points there in the second quarter, had just 2 points at quarter time. He went to the break at the half with 22 next to his name. That's a game high. So I would suggest that in that last 10 minutes or so, a lot of the discussion in the Camberwell rooms would have been all about how do we cool this thing down.
Well, he hit 5 in a row, I believe, for Sunbury. I got that fact checked. Apparently, I thought it was 3, but it was 5 in a row threes, and he just couldn't miss. Like, oh, well, he did miss one that was an air ball, but just couldn't miss.
And it's the man of the moment again. Sanders gets the inbound happening.
They put a you back on him though.
Second half underway. Here's Savage. Have enjoyed every moment of his work so far. Didn't get the roll that time, and probably unlucky not to get the ball too. Seems solid.
There's been a few no calls that I've been surprised about today.
I've got to say that as somebody who enjoys the more physical nature of the game, I thrive on it. I enjoy it.
I'm surprised that they haven't. It's been a mixed bag.
Here's Savage again. Turns the corner. Left-hander.
Oh.
And the offensive foul that time is called on number 17, BB Chucks Muddy. And he will check out of the game. The substitution is called immediately.
Yep, that's his 4th foul.
That is his 4th. Lachlan Gook steps back in for the Jets.
Believe it or not, AJ, before the game, Lachlan Gook didn't have a number, so I thought he might be just, a towel waiver, a bench warmer, but he's hit the floor a lot more than I expected.
What's he played in this one? 6 minutes. Of course, Chucks Matey has been plagued by foul trouble in this one. 4 fouls in just 13 minutes.
Oh, you drew that charge as well. He's just solid on defense.
Plenty of conversation going on with the Sunbury bench and Ayul. Chucks Matey's smiling down there, so a bit of good-natured banter. Good to see on a Sunday afternoon.
Exactly. We don't need...
Here's Lease Gang. Foul is called on the captain, Nathan Marshall.
An interesting foul game. Like there's some things they've let go, there's some things they haven't. I'm not got a good gauge of what the umpiring has, but I'm not here to bag them. I'm just a bit, iffy with the calls.
That's his second personal, second team foul in this one. Lease Gang comes up empty on the 3-point attempts, and Sanders takes control again. Releases the ball to Marshall. He'll go to work. There's the on-ball set.
Don't be surprised if Sanders gets the ball again.
Nice skip pass to the corner to Savage. Looking to go to work. There's that turnaround jumper. Tough one to make.
Good rebound from Simmons.
Here's Burns. That speed coming downhill from Brennan Burns is fun to watch.
The Sean King and the Camberwell bench appeal for goaltending. I don't think it was, but...
And Sanders. Savage again. Puts the ball on the floor. Again, fade away.
I like that matchup with Savage and Machinik just there.
Clearly, Ish did not cool down over the halftime interval.
And
up to 25.
They just left him open. Did they not let anything in the last quarter?
Machinik. Good help that time. Ayul. Offensive glass. Lease Gang. Looking for something to happen. Simmons finds Ayul. Nice ball movement by Camberwell. Gets the easy bucket for Ayul.
Great patience offense. Lee Seng probably should have gone back up as soon as he got that rebound, but retreated straight away, which I'm not a fan of personally.
Here's Ayul. Bit of sloppy stuff by Savage. Goes down and throws it down with authority. Ayul. 47-51. Dragons pull it back to within 4. Ayul's eyes lit up with that sloppy pass going back to Sanders, and then it was cleared for takeoff.
Is that BB Chucks again? No, it's not. Sorry.
That was Mayuk Manuel for 3.
It just seems like Sunbury's got the answer every time we look like we're within 4.
Yeah, it's been a game of runs, this one. It was Camberwell got out of the blocks early and got out to about an 8-point lead there at one stage, and it was pulled back very quickly by Sunbury in like a 90-second stretch of the second quarter.
And that wasn't even from Sanders earlier. Like Sanders got hit in the second half of the second quarter.
Here's Burns. Finds Mechanic. Mechanic gets the... can't get the roll. Offensive glass again. And the foul that time on Jackson Mechanic.
I think they've learned that Mechanic just wants to go in, and they've just doubled him as soon as he gets inside the key. I believe there's been a behaviour warning issued to Sean King and the Camberwell bench.
Plenty of talk down there at the moment.
I think there's always talk around that bench, if we're both perfectly honest. There's always. It just depends from whose voice. Gnomes, the coach, or...
Here's Savage. Marshall, Savage again. Sanders working hard off the ball now. That was a good
foul's been called.
Foul called on Lee Gang. Probably a bailout on that one. That was a really solid defensive stance by Camberwell.
Yeah, well, Ayul came in ready for the help and nearly had it before the foul was scored. But I think they've got the matchups really well here. They've got Savage on... Sorry, not Savage. Well, Savage on each other. Ayul's got Sanders. That was a long 5 seconds there, AJ, I believe.
It was. Here's Good goes to work. Can't get it to fall. Leesgang on the glass. Simmons retrieves that one for Camberwell. Credit him with the deep. Leesgang attacks the rim. That's fundamental basketball by Camberwell.
That's how we would, if you draw true, just pass it out.
He's a tough one to deal with, Ayul when he's coming down at speed.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, he's defensively he can go 1 to 5, and then offensively he can
sort of sneaky little back cut by Ish Sanders. Finds another 2. He's up to 27. 56-49. Sunbury leads it. Leesgang looks inside to Simmons. Retrieves that. Ayul looks to go to work. Good defensive position off Leesgang, and that will be a Sunbury ball.
I would like to see Burns a bit more aggressive here. Just, get to the ring and then kick out when he needs to. Like, I wouldn't say he's timid, but he's just not playing the high level I thought he would. But
he's got 15 in this one. 15, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Sanders. That's about the first thing he's missed since the minute he walked into the gym.
I mean, he did able to one free that he got the head check, but
he did. We might be hanging on to that one. That's Mechanic goes to work that time on Savage and pulls the defensive foul, and he will go to the line to shoot a couple.
Well, that's how he got his shots early, Mechanic. He was inside the key.
He did. He camped out at the free throw line through that first quarter.
I believe that's the 3rd foul on Savage. That foul was just one of them.
Well, that one, if that's the 3rd, that will have an impact because he has been a real glue guy for Sunbury here this afternoon. There's Mechanic, knocks down the first of 2. He's up to 12 points. And if my memory serves me correct, that would be his first point since quarter time.
Yeah, that would be. And it's from the free throw line again.
There he goes. Makes back-to-back 2s there to pull it back to within 5 points. And a substitution. Ben Crowe checks in for Camberwell. Riley Simmons goes to the bench. So we've got Crowe, Brennan Burns, Jackson Mishanik, Ayul, and Luke Leesgang on the floor for Camberwell.
You would just put Ayul up to the 3 and then Crowe to the 2. I think they haven't changed drastically, but I'm not sure how I feel about the Burns matchup on Sanders at the moment.
Looking to contain. It's an ambitious shot from the corner there from, who was that? Was that Lewis?
Yes. The veteran.
Goes inside to Mishanik. Nice little seal on that. Can't get the finish. Glass working hard. Has that ability to get a hand on ball regularly. Are you always active on the offensive boards?
I think that would have been his, if I can quickly look, I think his 7th round.
Sanders, left hand, pulls up and goes whack. Camberwell with some work to do to lock up Ish Sanders. Burns looks to counter, can't make that fall.
Are you using that timeout soon or are you letting it go?
I'd be going just a little further. Here's Sanders. Kicks to the corner, the captain. Nathan Marshall. Explores, looks to make something happen. Mishanik on the glass. Leads the transition. Burns in the corner. There's a 3-ball for Brennan Burns. And they have called the violation, the foot on the sideline again.
Yep. Opposite corners now.
Second time for Burns in this game.
They're making a sub.
Mamayul comes in for Camberwell. Luke Leesgang takes a break.
As I was saying in the first quarter, Sunbury have picked up 4 early team fouls, but I don't think Camberwell are making use of it. They're not trying to get them to make the 50-50 calls, you know.
Put the pressure on the defense to make a decision. Here's Sanders.
Good defense from Crowe.
Crowe all over that. Good work by Crowe. That's a nice cut by Lewis too. Can't get it to fall. Foul on Ayul. You know what? When teams play that brand of basketball where they're working hard on that weak side and slashing with real purpose or curling with purpose, it makes the game a whole lot easier.
Curling, cutting, anything with purpose is the way to play. It's like we said, it's that fundamental basketball. Like, I think they were all too worried about Sanders on Crowe and they were all fell asleep and Raquel was there and Lewis has got 2 shots now.
Smart decision by Lewis. And that, of course, is what tends to happen when an individual starts to heat up the way that Sanders has. Everything is concentrated on him for the time being.
I think there's been a confusion over here. Mamayul thought the referee was waving him over, and he wasn't waving him over. He was waving the floor wipers.
Well, it's a tough one to mix up because Mamayul stands about 6'10", and the floor wipers were about 4'10",
and they were behind him, so they wouldn't know.
That's it. The floor wipers have done a fine job there, though. They raised a sweat on that one. Really had to go to work. And Reese Lewis steps up to shoot the first of 2. Opportunity to make this a double-digit margin at Sunbury's way. And, of course, comes up empty on the first, so the best they can get is 9 points.
I don't think any team has led by double digits at the moment.
No, this would be the first time in the game. We've seen an 8-point lead to Camberwell early. Sunbury countered with a 7 or 8 point lead of its own and now up to 9. So probably the biggest margin in the game. 60-51. Jackson McCoy. Ayul. Crowe. Can't keep coming back in.
Oh,
wow.
I thought I was going in. I was ready to put on the record.
Well, we were sitting right behind it and it looked good. Ayul comes down the floor at speed and the foul is called on number 52. That will be Lachlan Goop.
His second foul.
Second and the 15 foul, and Ayul goes to the line to shoot a couple. Aggressive in the last couple of minutes, putting far more pressure on the basket and making Sunbury make decisions defensively.
Well, he's the only one that is looking to score, I feel like, for Camberwell at the moment. The rest of them are timid or looking for that mid-range when they're not going downhill. Like the first quarter, I remember we were talking about Dragons hadn't shot a free early and it was just all downhill movement. I guess when they play zone, you can't really, go downhill every time.
So they clog it up a whole lot more. He's good. Sanders.
Oh, there's a kick ball first.
Okay. Off Jackson McCoy.
Pardon the pun, but he's still finding his feet. I think.
Yeah, it's very early days.
I think he'll be a hand addition. Once he give it 3 games and.
Again, off ball again. Nice work by Sunbury.
That was Jeremy Ragg.
Jeremy Ragg up to 4 points in this game.
So often you see a player go up with the left hand.
Double-digit lead now. Burns goes to work. Nice finish on the left hand. Pulls that back to 8, 54-62. Sunbury leads at 2:12 to travel here in the fourth.
See, I want to see Brennan Burns do that a lot more. I feel like he can get downhill, make somebody decide if they want to foul him or just leave the 2 going, because when he gets downhill, he's hard to guard. He's shifty.
Leads the Dragons in this one with 17. He's going to need a few more.
Sunbury have an open man.
Well, Marshall lets fly. Never really looked like it out of the hands that time.
I mean, he probably had to let it fly with 1 second of the shot clock.
Here's Burns. Here's Sanders. Still hasn't taken a break in this game.
I know. It's remarkable. At his age, he's just...
Oh, there's a nice move by Ayul. A very, very effective spin move on that. Entertaining. 56-62, 1:33 to play.
If you're the Sunbury coach, are you taking Sanders off or keep him running?
I'd be looking to give him a break just before the fourth quarter. Take him out, give him another minute straight after 3/4 time.
He looks a bit gassed at the moment, but as I said, he's got the ring and scored 2 points.
Finds his way to the rim. Knows where the basket is.
He's got a guy that...
Is McCoy. McCoy looking to make things happen.
10 seconds left to go to the shot clock.
Well, we need some movement. See, no movement off the ball on the weak side there either.
Manuel
a lot of standing around.
It's a bit...
2 seconds. Burns for 3. The violation. The wire. Good thing we didn't see the equipment come down on that one. Would have made for a lively afternoon. Would have made sure Game Commissioner Ben Ward time to sort things out.
It's not the first time the rings come down, I think, today. Ben's put one of the rings down earlier in the day. But for all good reasons, 8-point game still. I feel that 8-point game is just a threshold to spin out. It's not going to be anything.
Well done by Burns. Out on the break. Good finish, Brennan Burns.
I'm crediting that to Ayul with the kick hands, get the steal, or not the steal, but the deflection, and
he has a way of making an impact in a number of different ways.
Oh, that's poor defense from Camberwell. Lucky escape.
Goes McCoy. McCoy looking, exploring. Oh, can't make it fall. Still chasing his first. Ayul, 4 seconds. Burns.
Shoot.
Crow. And no good for Crow on that one. And after 3, we've travelled 3/4 here at Baldwin High School. With 10 minutes to play, it's the Sunbury Jets 64 lead the Camberwell Dragons 58. That quarter, Dragons scored 15, Sunbury 16, so a 16-15 third quarter as the scoring tempo started to slow significantly compared to what we saw in that first half. Leading scorers in this one, game high 32 points. Ish Sanders leads the Jets. 8 points to Reese Lewis. We got Milan Savage has got 12 and 4 points to Jeremy Ragg, who scored 2 there in the third. And for Camberwell, Brennan Burns leads the way with a team high 19 points. Ayul 16 was good then in the third quarter.
I think he scored at least 10.
Yeah, gave them a real boost. And Jackson Mechanic 13 points. They're the leaders for Camberwell. So both teams. This game's very much alive. It's a 6-point game. It got out to 10, and it appeared that Sunbury was about to blow that one out. But the Dragons made a couple of buckets late, Big bucket by Brennan Burns after a big defensive play by Ayul.
I'm going to call it early here, AJ. I reckon top 3 finals for defensive player of the year.
Could be. Well, you've made that prediction. You better make a note of that so that you can gloat about it down the track if that one comes off.
Well, that's, yeah. I don't think it's a big call. The coaches probably would disagree. They'd be like, oh, it's a standard call. But from the games that I've watched lately, he's gone to the best player. He's got Sanders today. Sanders, he's got 10 that quarter? No, 10?
Yeah, he had 20 points in the second quarter, 10 there in the third, so he's up to 32.
And still hasn't hit the bench. I don't think he'll hit the bench unless he gets 5 fouls. I think he plays a whole 40 minutes out or more, giving him total time.
Well, I think that there's no doubt that when he's not in the game, the offense will slow significantly. They haven't got a host of huge scorers now.
No.
Milan Savic sat a big chunk of that third quarter with foul trouble. So he'll come back in to start the fourth, I would expect.
Reece Lewis can get going, I feel. Like
he can.
He's proven himself over time.
Sanders is back. Savage is back.
Simmons is back for Camberwell.
Jeremy Ragg remains in for Sunbury.
Mashanik's back as well. I think most of the starting fives of Camberwell's starting five is back on. And then Sunbury's still got, as you said, Ragg is still on. And
yeah, Lachlan Gook will start the fourth quarter here. Obviously, we've got foul trouble also for BB Chuck's Marty.
The delay in the game at the moment is just the court's a bit sweaty, or there's a bit of, I would say sweat. I don't think it's anything more than sweat. But
you've got some big bodies out there, and the game has been played at a pretty high tempo, particularly that first half. Third, it slowed a little.
Oh, no, I thought the third went fast. I thought it was high tempo.
As we step in to go fourth, Brennan Burns gets it underway. Feeds Lease Gang.
I feel like Brennan is downhill soon.
Here's Burns. Probes inside. Finds his way to the rim.
I did
under 4. 64-60.
21 from Burns.
21 Burns. Slow to update on the old iPad. Gook inside, receiving. That's a nice play by Gook to keep that alive too.
I feel like the police game just overhelped. He didn't need to jump at it. He just needed to be patient. And
it was Jeremy Ragg again, up to 6 points in this one. Riley Simmons goes to work. Right, good decision by Lease Gang to find Simmons low on that. He had the mismatch and was able to score with ease.
Simmons has got that soft touch, as I mentioned in the first. He's just got that gentle giant touch. Well, he's not really a giant, but
he's got some nice touch. But when he plays, his power game's also pretty effective as well. He's happy to rock the rim at times.
He looks like a footy player, but he's not.
Yep. Here's Marshall. Oh, wow, that's a clutch three from Marshall. Left wing, right in front of the Camberwell Dragons bench.
He's now 2 from 7, so he's got room to get on a heater if they give him looks like that.
Second in the league in assists also, just under 7 a game. Here's Lease Gang, can't get the call on that. And Sunbury controls the defensive glass. Here's Sanders, pulls up. Oh,
bang.
Wow. He does not need a look. He's
35 points.
Super scorer at this level. As Burns looks to counter at the other end. Can't get to fall, but will collect the foul and will go to the line to shoot too.
But this is what I'm talking about, AJ. When he gets downhill, he just looks not unguardable, but the demon has to be honest. And
well, he makes good things happen. Has the ability to get the defense on the back foot and is good enough to take advantage. So he's going to have to be that way the rest of the way in this one, I think.
Yep.
Now that it's a 10-point game, back to 9 points now, but it's been sitting between that 6 and 10 for the last 4 or 5 minutes.
I think Ayul needs to go back on, what's his face again? So Sanders, because he's done a good job with him, but they put Mashanik on him. Oh no, Burns is back on him.
Here's Ragg. Savage. Burns working Sanders. Marshall again. Savage working hard off the ball. Can't get open that time. Good defensive play by Reese Gang.
Foul first.
Foul on Jackson Mashanik.
I think that's his third.
According to the courtside announcer, Matthew Clayton, who's doing an outstanding job over there behind the mic, that would be his third personal foul. Rag turns the corner. I'm not sure whether he was thinking about dunking, passing, or making a layup, but whatever it wasn't pretty.
Didn't make light of him.
Dragons look to respond.
Get downhill, someone.
Mashanik at work. Kicks back out to Ayul for the three. Pulls up short with that.
They're a bit stagnant, their offense at the moment. They're not looking to drive. There's pass, pull up, pass, pull up.
That weak side, the weak side action has been very static. Whereas Sunbury have got a number of really good baskets and good looks out of their curls and cuts. Here's Burns. Lets that fly.
Right in front of Sinners.
Needed that one to pull it back. Back to 5 now, 72-67. Oh, no. And we have a blow by at the other end of the floor as Savage.
That's a free. No, what are they going to call first? Who's the foul? I'm confused of where the foul was because I didn't see anything, but
no, I'm not sure where that one came from. I'm still trying to work out the call on that.
Ah, okay.
Here's Burns. Lee Scan. Oh, no. That's a miscommunication. 74-67, Sunbury, 6:25 to play.
If you're Camberwell, who needs to get going? Who needs to,
I think they need a balance of guys getting going at this point. I mean, clearly Burns needs to continue to put pressure on the rim the way he has the last couple of minutes, but they need Shani to go. That's a heavy hit on Nathan Marshall.
I reckon that's his jaw. I reckon that's his third personal, but
he got a timeout called, but nice little time for a break for Nathan Marshall, who had his bell rung on that one, and that one stung.
I think I've been on a receiving end of them in footy and basketball, so they're not fun.
No, I look at Marshall though. He's a
tough guy.
He's a tough character. There's no doubt about it, and it would take something special to knock him out of a game.
Also, there's a reason why they're probably voting him as captain. He's just resilient, tough. Just keeps it going.
Well, you look at his numbers there. What's he got? 6 points in just under 30 minutes on this one. We talked earlier about
4 rebounds.
Couple of assists. You know, he's that second in the league in assists with just over 6 a game.
Plus minus 12. When he's on the court, good thing happens.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. Hasn't made too many mistakes in this one. I haven't looked at the turnover count on that, but I don't suspect there's a big number next to that.
2.
He's got 2.
Yeah.
He's got 2, and he's done a mountain of work. So he's got the ball in his hands a lot.
8 turnovers in the team, but nothing major. And then you look at Campbell's turnovers. They've had 13 as a team as well. Just some laziness on defense has cost Camberwell. They're just not switch on once they've got the back cut or the curl in.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of. Both teams have looked after the ball reasonably well. 13 and 8. 13 is still a manageable total. It's when it gets up around that 17 to 20 mark and above that becomes a real problem. But there hasn't been a lot of extended pressure up the floor either. So you've got to. They will look at the tape over the next couple of days and have a look where those mistakes were made. There's been a couple of miscommunications, and that's just been enough to
have a few back cuts.
Yeah. 74-67. Burns with the ball. 6:03 to go in this one. Entertaining game here at Baldwin High School. Camberwell needs to get something going. Burns. Leesgang steps out for 3 and lets it go. Comes up short. Rebounded by Sunbury.
BB chucks again.
BB chucks back in the game after getting into early foul trouble in this one. Simmons in the defensive action on that one. Savage turns the corner. Simmons on the defensive glass.
I would like to see like a good screen action here.
He burns. Mechanic for three. Again, he's come up short on his last two, as did Loose Gang on the last.
Maybe like a pistol actually might get going. They're playing a bit high on him, and
I'd expect we'll see a bit more of, if this margin sits where it is, there you go. Chucks Matty, goes to work inside.
well, this is what I was talking about. The lapses on defense. They've just doubled when they need to double. They've left a guy like Ish Sanders back decisions when they've doubled him. And
yep, here's Burns. Crows stepping back into the game now. They're going to need something from the three-point line. Margin at 9, 4:43 to play.
I want to see Daniel Powell back on. I thought he was really good on defense, and
Thought he made a real impact in the second quarter when he came in. Played some really solid minutes there when Camberwell, it was a couple of points in it. Here's Burns, working Sanders. Sanders pull up. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. We talked earlier that he has not taken a break in this game, and to still have the legs to make that with the defense all over him, tough.
He's just a veteran. He knows how it... Jeez,
He's about to find another two. Sanders.
40, I reckon I would say now.
That would be 39, I'd suggest. Making this game his own. Ayul. Burns in the corner. Foul is called. Nathan Marshall.
That's his... Another timeout for Sean King in the Camberwell Dragons.
Okay, Dragons have plenty of work to do here. 3:47 to play. What we're watching here, though, is something very, very special by Ish Sanders. 39, 37.
No, I reckon 39. I don't think
39 just hasn't updated as yet.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, it'd be 40 because that's 40 points.
We got him at 40 now.
I would say 40. The stats load.
Well, regardless of whether it's 38, 39, 40, 41, maybe 50, he is putting on an absolute show here at Baldwin High School. When a game like this comes along, you've got to appreciate it.
There you go, 39, sorry.
When we talk about a guy who has not taken a spell in this game, has not sat, and then that last three he made before the transition bucket was against tough defensive pressure, and to still have the juice left in the legs to make that is something very, very special. So,
and he's not coming off anytime soon.
Full credit to what has been a very special performance.
Yeah, I hope Ben Woodwell, our commissioner over here, said he could guard him, and I'm not sure about that.
81-67. The Jets in control. 3:47 to play. Ben Crow steps back into the game for the Dragons, as does Daniel Powell.
I did ask what he said, didn't
I? They are looking for something a little different. Playing around with the combinations, it expects some extended defensive heat with this team on the floor.
And pace on offense.
Ayul comes off the screen. Pull up. Makes the bucket. Here's the extended stuff. Powell steps into Sanders.
I like that matchup for Powell.
Too easy on that reversal, though. Chew up too much time on the clock. They haven't got that time.
Great defense from Burns, so.
Nice work by Burns. Good recovery on that. Gets the hand in there.
Bit of lip from Burns, but not too much there.
5 seconds left on the shot clock.
Sunbury's got a timeout now.
Timeout. Sunbury. It is Sunbury. We're back to 12. 69-81. 3:17 to play. 5 seconds on the shot clock as the Jets take the timeout, looking to diagram something to turn this into a 14 or 15-point lead, which would just be about a mountain too far to climb for Camberwell.
Well, I believe Coach over there, Coach Nathan, would have caught a timeout, given that they lose a timeout after the last one, 3 minutes. So he's probably caught one before he loses one, so he can get his group together. 5 seconds left. What are you drawing up here? Are you drawing like stacks action or just get the ball in and see what happens?
I would be looking for something for Ish Sanders, given the minute he walked into the gym, he had... what's amazing about this is that he had 2 points a quarter time.
Yeah, and now he's got 40.
So 2 points has become 40 points in less than 3 quarters of basketball.
And he's not slowing down. 10 from 14. That's 71% from free. That's impressive. Like, I talk about the players around the league, like James Legan for Warrandyte has a knack, for scoring against Camberwell. But
10 of 14 from the three-point line, 14 of 20 from the field overall. It's been a night or an afternoon.
He scored 10 of the 14 frees for Sunbury. I'm looking for an off-ball screen right now for Ish, who's... There you go, there's it off there.
It's a smart play by Savage. Read that beautifully.
I think there's been a game clock issue. The game clock was starting when it shouldn't have.
We got the full 24. Here comes Burns. Burns looking to put on some pace here. Powell. What a solid body in there too. Savage gets the block clean. 69-83.
Savage has been good on both sides of the court today. He's just, as you said before, the ultimate glue guy. He just knows his role, and yeah.
Just a smart basketball player. Makes good decisions. Here's Sanders. Oh wow. Wow. It will be BB Chucks Matey who will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Yep. Having a look at Sanders' box score on that. Looking for the assist. He's got 4 steals. He's got 4 block shots. And 3 rebounds. 0 turnovers. You talk about stuffing. He has made this one one he'll remember for a long time.
Well, it's fair to say that he'll be on the All-Star, the Big V, starting 5 this week.
I think that's a pretty accurate prediction.
And if he's not, then I'd be very livid if I was his Sanders.
Here comes Muddy to shoot the second of 2 free throws. Makes the margin 15, 84-69.
McCoy back on as well, and Man Oyul.
Yeah, get some burn into McCoy's legs at this time as Burns. Sunbury Jets in complete control down the stretch here. Marty goes to work inside. Ayul. Man Ayul. Here comes Powell. Lets it fly. Can't make it go.
Jeez. Not legs. But
total of 47 since quarter time. Yeah. So that's not going to be enough to get a win against the top 14.
And then
Powell checks back out of the game. Jaden Lay comes in for the first time this afternoon.
Back from injury.
Yes, making his return, and timeout call.
I thought the ref called a text just for a second. I thought.
Timeout for the Dragons, 69-84. This one is in the fridge for the Sunbury Jets.
I think they're missing Josh West tonight, or this afternoon. Sorry, I'm looking outside. It's really dark outside, but I think Josh West's on-court leadership is very, he's a vocal leader. He can demand some stuff. I think Christian Peachman, the assistant coach, is actually taking this time out. As Sean King looks at the scoreboard in somewhat disgust. But
yes, Christian Peachman on the sidelines, taking the Dragons through what he wants to see right now.
Well, I just want to see effort. I think if I'm in the coach's room, I just want to see hustle back on defense, not jogging, and keep being competitive. Because percentage does matter in this league. You play each other twice, and if you're not in your head-to-head, you got to make up for the percentage. Yeah,
look, at this point, you want to bring it down under that 10-point margin if you can. A couple of easy buckets just to turn it into a single-digit game.
And Ish Tanner still sees the court with 2 minutes to go with the game.
Yeah, Ish is going to go the distance on this one now, I suggest. We're not going to see him take a break.
No. I mean, why would he? He's got 40 points. He could possibly score 50. He's on.
Here's Savage. Inbounds to Lewis. Sanders.
Good defensive play there.
Top of the key. Jackson McCoy's got that assignment. There's that little turnaround fadeaway again from Savage.
Who's the foul on? Mamayul for hold.
Yeah, foul is called on Mam. That's his second this afternoon.
I thought they were both on each other. I thought they were going to go in. Oh.
Hands by Burns. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh. There you go. He's had 2 shots that's gone a bit, not AWOL, but just side.
Crow for 3. Deep left corner. 72-84.
Great active
123 to
hands from
play.
Jane Lay just there. Just, you know, try to steal a ball. I've just looked at the lineup. They've gone very small, the Dragons. It's not really a big, except excluding Mamayul, but I believe they're just going to try to switch everything if they get a chance.
Here's Savage. Goes to work on Crow. Down low. Trouble call.
12 points a minute 10. I've seen crazier finishes, but...
Well, if Crow can go for 4 threes in the last minute 9, they're in pretty good shape.
Or Jackson can finally, McCoy can find his touch, and
is McCoy looking to get on the board for the first time for Camberwell. Comes up empty again. Crow offensive board. Nice work, Ben Crow. Nice little finish. We're back to 10 points. 84-74.
Now this reminds me of the Hume game that when Camberwell played Hume earlier in the year. They started really well and then they fought their way back. And
here's Burns. Good defensive play by Burns. Goes to the... Oh! And has that squashed against the glass. Massive block.
I thought it was a goal.
Big time block by Chucks Muddy. Reese Lewis goes down, makes 2 more. And the Sunbury bench is up and about as Jaden Lay comes up empty.
That's the trouble, isn't it? Jaden Lay pushes the captain, Nathan Marshall, a bit.
Here's Crow. Channels him to the sideline, able to switch that back again. Nice little reversal.
He's holding it. Okay.
Well, Sanders might as well take this from the halfway line because he's hit everything else here tonight. So he was happy, content to dribble this one out.
We thought he was going to, he thought about it.
Big win for the Sunbury Jets. We talked about it at the start of this one. Sunbury, 4th place, 4-3. Camberwell in 6th place, 4-4, hovering around. They were right on that 500 mark. They haven't been able to get over the 500 mark just yet. So there's still some work to do. I think from a positive point of view for Camberwell is we've seen enough that when they're really going, they can hang with the best teams in this competition.
Well, you saw with Burns now. I thought Burns would step up. I thought he pretty much stepped up 23 points.
Yep.
He got to the line. You're great minutes in the third quarter, stepped up big time. And like we said, once Jackson McCoy finds his feet, I think, you know, he played 16 minutes tonight, that's a lot, but once he gets used to the system that Sean King wants, I think he'll find his feet and he'll be a very handy addition on both sides of the court.
I think the way you've got to look at it with Camberwell, that, as we say, they can go, if their confidence is up, they're playing smooth, you know, things are looking good, looking smooth, they can go with anyone. Can they go with them for the full 40 minutes?
Yes.
That's going to be the big question now. Now, we talked about it also at the beginning that this is a situation where a lot of new faces on this roster. We are nearing the halfway mark of the season now, so we are going to see over the next couple of weeks just what we can expect the rest of the way.
Yep.
Will they be a 500 team the rest of the way? Or will they get to that position where they can start to win 3 out of every 5? Then 3 out of every 4. There's still plenty of this season left, so it's far from a lost cause.
Yeah.
But Sunbury this afternoon, a very, very professional performance in that they were challenged early. They weathered the storm. They made their own run in the second quarter, and then Sanders put on a performance that should be talked about a lot over the next week in the Big V competition.
I think Sunbury just had control of the game in that after the first stages. They ran when they needed to run, and then they took the air of the game when they didn't need to. Like, Camberwell was hot early, controlled the tempo, but then I think after that, Sunbury took control, and his standard 40 points.
Well, in the end, Sunbury had the closer that Camberwell didn't, and that was Sanders, who's gone for 40 points. I'd suggest that's probably his season high. I haven't got the numbers in front of me, but he's gone 40. Milan Savage has added 16 in 33 minutes, and I thought was very, very effective pretty much all afternoon. He was a real problem for Camberwell. Rhys Lewis had 10 points coming off the bench.
Nathan Marshall, the captain, was good.
Marshall was good. The Rag had those 6 points, and they came at sort of important times. Their third and fourth quarter, he come up and gave them a nice little boost. Look, now for Camberwell, it was 23 points to Brennan Burns. He led the way for the Dragons. Jackson Mechanic had 16, but only 5 of those after quarter time. Ayul was 18 points, and he did a pretty good job on the glass. I haven't seen the final numbers. They gave him 4. He may have had a few more than that. Mechanic was 8 rebounds, as was Riley Simmons. So they had some contributors, but in the end, it was Sunbury with too much, and were able to get away with that one. 86 to 74 was your final. So the Jets improved to 5-3. Strengthen their position inside the top 4. Camberwell drops to 4-5. Coming up next week, they've got a tough one too, the Dragons. They hit the road next Saturday, and they are headed down to the Gippsland Regional Indoor Sports Stadium to play Gippsland United. United have been good the last couple of weeks, and they're starting to make a run at the top of the standings. So that's a big one for them. For Sunbury, they will hit the road also, and they will play Pakenham. And they've got something happening right now, Sunbury. That was a good performance. Yeah, it's a double next week, is it, for Sunbury? Yep. Yeah, they have. They've got the game at Pakenham on Saturday night, come back and host RMIT at Boardman Stadium on Sunday. So Sunbury, I thought they made a pretty powerful statement today.
Yeah, they're going to hunt that third and second spot. You know, they're trying to jump over Gippsland and McKinnon. Yeah, I think Hume's still got breathing room from everyone at the moment, being undefeated, but
that thing is pretty tight at the top of the standings there. So it's a 20-game regular season. We've now got for the Dragons, they've now played 9 of those, so they're reaching that halfway mark we've spoken about. So the run has got to start pretty soon, but there are some positive signs for both teams. But full credit to Sunbury today as we wrap it up here for the afternoon from Baldwin High School. Appreciate the work of the Sunbury Jets and the Camberwell Dragons. Entertaining way to spend the afternoon. Yeah. Aidan, thanks very much for your company here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And we'll come back. We'll do it all again. See you later.